Hi, my name is Jademan and I am the founder and designer of LOM MOY. LOM MOY is an acronym for Less of Me and More of You, and it is a faith-based brand inspired by stories and themes from the Holy Bible. Let's get into this video. This is going to be a story time video about how I became a designer actually. I started getting into fashion really young. A friend of mine and I would sketch and come up with designs, and at the time we just thought it was cool. Well, I thought it was cool. I don't know what she thought. Maybe it was just like a bonding experience or something. But we both were into fashion. We both thought it was cool. Let's just go with that answer. And yeah, we started sketching designs. I had like a whole notebook full of designs. And the designs were, they weren't like, oh my gosh, like this is the most amazing thing we've ever done. In the moment, it felt like that. But looking back on the sketches, I was like, oh, need a little bit of work, but it was cool. We were kids. And so, that's how I started. And after a while, I kind of put fashion to the side. I really didn't think about it much after that. I guess in my mind, I thought it was like a little phase. And so I didn't think anything of it. Fast forward though, I had the opportunity to go to New York. We went to New York as a class. I think I was in CASA, Capital Area School for the Arts. If my Harrisburg people know what that is, you know. If you know, you know. I was in that program, so maybe that was like 10th grade. We went to the Met, classic New York trip, go to the Met, all fun and games. It was great. Anyway, I saw the Alexander McQueen exhibition. So they had his entire body of work there. What I saw in that exhibition was, y'all, it was so good. I absolutely fell in love with his designs. It was so creative. It was a balance of like romantic and like darkness. He was just a genius. Like, I fell in love with fashion that moment. And I was like, I want to be a fashion designer. Whatever I need to do, let's do it. Let's go. Like, after that trip, people were probably like, what is wrong with her? Like, she's crazy. But it was like, I wanted to eat, sleep, breathe fashion after that. I was so inspired. In my head, it was like, whatever I create, it doesn't even matter if people can wear it or not. I just want to create it for the art of it. Like, I just want to create it because it's art. And being an artist at that time, I was like, I was in my mood of like, art doesn't have to make sense, it's my feelings. So I didn't care. I didn't care if people were gonna wear it. I didn't care if people were gonna buy it. I just thought it was super creative and super cool. And so I really got into fashion then. I think during that time, maybe a little earlier, I started sewing. Y'all, I do not know the timeline of this. If you asked me what I did yesterday, I couldn't tell you. But I think this was around the time, guys. We don't know if this is accurate. So around the time I started sewing, and I thought, you know how when you're so inspired and you're so confident about something and you're like, when I get started on this, I'ma be the bomb. Like, I'm gonna go hard and this is gonna be next level. Y'all, I started sewing and I was so bad. I was so bad. I was trying to like make pants and skirts and just all the things that you can think of. I couldn't even get my leg through, y'all. I couldn't get my leg through. I couldn't get my leg through the pants. My shirts were like super small. I would be like, I can't get in. Like, heck. It was a hot mess. It was a hot mess. I wanted to be so good so badly. But that's not my story. That's not my story. But you gotta start somewhere, right? You have to start somewhere. So I started sewing and I kind of dabbled in it, you know, did a little bit here and there. I went to college and I decided to go the fine art route. You know, I started as an artist, you know, painting, drawing, sculpting as a kid. And so I was like, when I get into college, I'm just gonna focus on that and maybe fashion will come up again. So I decided to study printmaking at, should I give y'all where I studied? Okay, I went to Temple University. Go Owls. I really got into silk screening, and right next to the print studio is the fiber studio. So I was making my own textiles, and then I was like, wow, I have these amazing fabrics. Why not turn them into clothes? See the connection? Yes. So I started printing on fabric using dye processes, the whole nine. I was in my own little world. I was going back and forth between printmaking and fibers and just, y'all, I was living my best life. Let's just say that. I was living my best life in college, going back and forth between these two majors. And it was amazing. I really enjoyed the experience. And after my time at Temple was over, I literally had just chunks and chunks of clothes like that I created during my time there. I had made an inflatable suit. Y'all, it was art. Don't judge me. I made an inflatable suit. I was making pants that I could actually fit this time, okay? I made a purse out of latex and hand painted it. Y'all, I was serious. I was just experimenting and having fun, and it didn't matter if you could wear it or you couldn't wear it. I made a dress out of paper. It didn't matter to me. Like, it was art, it was creative, it was fun. I was enjoying every moment of it, and that was it. So right before I graduated from Temple, I was like, you know what would be great? You know what would be great is if I could set aside adulting for a while and just go back to school. You know, guys, I really love school. And I didn't want to grow up. Not that like if you go to grad school it's because you're avoiding responsibilities or anything, but in my case it was a little bit of that. And it was also like I never got to pursue fashion. I never knew what it would be like if I got the opportunity to actually go to school for fashion design. I got into SCAD, and then that's a story in and of itself. If you want to hear more about my story and my journey to becoming a fashion designer. Let me know. I see a lot of YouTubers do this, so let me know in the comments section. Make sure to subscribe to this channel because I plan on putting out more videos, more content, and I will see you guys in part 2. Do I call it part 2? Story time? Becoming a fashion designer? See you in part 2. I want to do a story time, but there are sirens in the back, and I don't know if you can hear it or not. LOM MOY is acroly. If you know, you know. Why can't I talk today? Okay.